Today I have a book haul that I'm gonna do. I think I have a little over 25 books. I really haven't counted, so I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's around that much. And these are all romance books. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. These are books that I've accumulated over the past few months. So let me know if you see any of these books and you want me to read them sooner rather than later so I can do little reviews on them or what, but let me know if there's any you want me to pick up. So first I have A Little Night Magic by Lucy March. This book I saw on Bree's channel, and this is about this woman who ends up going to Europe and finding out she has magical powers pretty much, and obviously there's a romance in it, but I don't know much more than that. This one I haven't heard anybody else talk about besides Bree, so this is the first one. Next I have Jacob by Jacqueline Frank. This is another paranormal romance. This one is about these people called the Nightwalkers. I think they're vampires. They're called Nightwalkers, and they are forbidden from loving a human or having interactions with a human, and Jacob is the enforcer of this law. So for like 700 years or something like that, he has been the one to make sure this law is followed until he falls in love with a human himself. So this one I'm excited about. Next, I have A Lady of Rooksgrave Manor by Catherine Moon. This is a fantasy romance. It's a reverse harem. This is about this woman who is a maid and ends up working in this manor and has relations with the monsters within the manor. That's all I know about this one, but I'm excited about this one. I've almost picked this one up a couple times since buying it, but I haven't picked it up yet, but I think I will pretty soon. Next, I have some books from the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. I have 7 of them. I've got The Beast, The Chosen, The Thief, The Savior, The Sinner, Where Winter Finds You, and A Warm Heart in Winter. And these are 13 through, I don't know. But some of these are like the 0.5s, like 16.5, 17.5 or something like that. But these are just the next ones in this series. Next, I have The Air He Breathes by Brittany C. Cherry. This is the start of a series that is pretty popular. And this first one is about like 2 pretty damaged people. They've got some rough backgrounds trying to find love and find themselves again, I think. I'm not 100% sure about this one, but this is the beginning of a series that I'm excited to get into. Next is Credence by Penelope Douglas. This is a dark romance. This is about this girl who ends up living with her step uncle. He takes guardianship over her 2 months before her 18th birthday after her parents die, I think. And it's something or other, romance, relationship, I don't know, that happens between her step uncle, and his 2 sons. So this one I'm pretty excited to get to as well. And next, I mean, how could I not buy this book and read it? Den of Vipers. This one most people don't like, and I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not. This is a reverse harem, super dark romance about this girl whose father sells her to pay off his debts, and I don't think it's very consensual, so I don't know that I'm gonna like it, but I wanted to read it because it went all over the place on like social media with people talking about it and how like crazy it is, so I just had to buy it. A Lesson in Thorns by Sierra Simone. I have already read this. I absolutely loved it. I gave it 5 stars. This is the beginning of a series that I cannot wait to continue on with. This is such a good book. Next, I have Love and War by Melissa De La Cruz. This is the 2nd book in the Alex and Eliza series. This is a YA kind of retelling. Next, I have Roar by Cora Carmack. This is a fantasy romance, and I believe that their magic controls the weather, and that's all I really know about this one. Next is Flock by Kate Stewart. This one I don't know anything about. I can't remember anything about why I bought it, but I know that everyone loves it and everybody has talked about it, so this one I want to get to soon as well. Next is Ringmaster by Brianna Hale. I actually just read this one last week and I gave it 5 stars. I love this. I will be talking about it in my August mid-month wrap-up, and I'm so excited to talk about this one because this was so good. Beautiful Bastard by Christina Lauren. This is a like boss employer-employee romance. He's a billionaire. I really just got this because it's Christina Lauren and I am trying to read everything that they've written. So this is the next one I got. Next is The Hysterics by Kristen Hope Mazzola. This is about this girl who was like super into rock and roll and drugs and just like a bad lifestyle, and she changed her image, changed her name, changed everything about her, and is trying to start a new life. And then she meets this guy who makes her feel like her old self again and is trying to battle with going back into that lifestyle or trying to stay clean and live a nice, healthy life. Kiss in Hell by Dakota Cassidy. This is about this woman, this is a paranormal romance. This is about this woman who sees and talks to ghosts, and this ghost comes along one day and won't leave, and she comes to find out later on that he's actually a demon sent to take her back to hell. So this one I'm so excited about. I also really like the cover. That's kind of why I bought it. But this one doesn't have very good reviews, but I'm still pretty excited to give it a chance myself. Next is The Duke Heist by Erica Ridley. This is a historical romance, and I don't remember anything about this at all. But I've got this one too. Next, I have Right and Fling. These are 2 and 2.5 in the Cafe series by Janet Aston. I've read both of these. I gave this one 5 stars and I gave Fling 4 stars. Absolutely love this series. You 100% need to read it. Most of All You by Mia Sheridan. All I know about this one is it's like 2 people with like super guarded hearts and bad pasts, and they're trying to make it work together and like heal together, maybe. I really don't know, but Mia Sheridan wrote Archer's Voice, and that's a fantastic book, so I wanted to get this one as well. Hate Notes by, is it V. Keeland or Vi Keeland? I'm not sure. And Penelope Ward. This is another boss, employee, employer romance. He's probably a billionaire because that's usually how it goes. I like billionaire romances personally, so I'm excited to get to this one. Goddess of the Hunt by Tessa Dare. This is a historical, and she is on the hunt for a husband. That's all I know about this one. Next is Some Quiet Place by Kelsey Sutton. This is a fantasy romance, and she doesn't feel emotions. She sees them personified in human form and ends up having a romance with one of them. I can't remember which one, but this one I'm super excited about. And the last book I have is not a romance, which is why I saved it for last, and that's White Sargasso Sea. This is a backstory on one of the characters from Jane Eyre. I don't really want to tell you which one because it really threw me for a loop when I was reading Jane Eyre and I found out about this character, so I really wanted to get my hands on this book and read the backstory. So that's the last one that I bought recently. That is all the books that I have recently purchased. Please let me know if there's any of them that you would prefer I read sooner rather than later so you can hear my thoughts on them. I would love to know. Also, if you've read any of these yourself, what you thought about them. But that is everything for me this time. I will see you all next time. Bye.